Disgraced movie mogul and convicted sexual abuser Harvey Weinstein, whose crimes helped propel the Me Too movement, is speaking out in a new Jailhouse interview with The Hollywood Reporter. He says he regrets cheating on both of his ex-wives, but maintains that he did, and he maintains he did not assault anyone and singles out Gwyneth Paltrow for betraying him with her public accusations against him. In the era of Jeffrey Epstein, what do you make of the timing of this interview?
But he says that he claims that the accusers are lying for money. 100 of them? That's a stretch. Every single one of them is lying for money.
Who's paying them?
He claims that he would have to pay them. He did pay off some of them, right, Sonny?
Yeah, I believe he did.
But I mean, this whole idea, you know, and he's in jail, and he was convicted in several courts, I believe.
He was convicted in LA. He was also convicted in New York.
Yeah.
That conviction.
So you know what, Harvey? If the jumpsuit fits,
Yeah. Well, he
You're
also
guilty.
talks about, he expresses this guilt that his wife lost, his ex-wife lost clients, and I thought those are things you were supposed to think about when you made those decisions, because you don't get mad when the world isn't fair. You recognize it first, because he kept saying, you know, it's so hurtful. She didn't do any of those things, and I'm like, this is the weight of what you carry when you have family and people you love, and when you do something, it implicates everyone by association. That's just the way it is. He should have thought of that before.
But it seems like he has no clue as to really how heinous his actions
He's not
were.
taking any
Right, he's not taking responsibility. But I'd like to give it up for Brad Pitt, stepped up for Gwyneth, said, get out my girl's face or you're gonna catch hands.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Brad Pitt. He's gonna throw these hands.
He did, and Harvey addresses that in the interview, and he's offended that Gwyneth told Brad that he asked her to go get a massage or give him a massage. And I mean, I appreciated that Brad was like, that was inappropriate. But it shouldn't be shocking, but it's surprising to me that he is still maintaining his innocence.
Yeah.
He's saying that these women lied to him. He, next month, is going on trial again in New York for another alleged assault that ended in a mistrial. So he's gonna be, I think he got a 16-year sentence that he's serving in LA. The 23 sentence that he was going to serve in New York is being retried. He's going to die in jail. He's got bone marrow
but I noticed
cancer.
that a lot of these sexual abusers, they're either delusional or in denial or they're lying, whatever.
He says he's going to be
they
found innocent.
They always think that it's consensual. Yes. She came on to me. You'll hear pedophiles say that the child came on to him.
That is true.
It's like a mental illness that...
But Sonny, you brought up the Gwyneth Paltrow, and one thing I was looking into is that was the tipping point. So people knew about Weinstein, but no one was writing about it until a celebrity of Gwyneth Paltrow's level. Yeah. The thing that tells me is I'm mad I got caught because of her. Like, she was the reason everyone started to come forward.
He calls it the biggest betrayal, which is fascinating to me. And also, I mean, if you think about this, he doesn't seem to understand the power dynamic, that he was so powerful in Hollywood. And so he would open up his door in a robe and take meetings in his hotel room with young actors.
He also said about Gwyneth Paltrow, I asked her for a massage, and when she said, no, I didn't do anything. Like, as if that wasn't the skeevy part.
Exactly.
Like, just because you didn't assault her does not mean that she should not be telling people
The skeevy part is that we're talking about him. I don't want to talk about him anymore today.